What up, NBA fans? The season is upon us. We are getting started with preseason. Some good games, some bad games, all in between. But we are going to talk about what is going to excite us individuals for the 2023-2024 season coming up. What surprises we'll see in store, what we want to see, what we don't want to see, and all in between. What you guys got on the table?
I'll let you
I
start.
want to see the heavyweight title fight that's about to happen at the top of the Eastern Conference
Mm,
with the Bucks and the Celtics.
mm.
I'm not gonna say I'm writing everybody else off, but I want to see how those two play out.
I mean, let's
Like
be
I want to
realistic.
see
I don't
this.
think anybody else has a chance.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean,
Who's stopping the high pick roll between Dame and Giannis? And
I
then you
always
got a
said that
three-headed
if
monster.
I
in Boston.
always said that if Embiid decides to take a series over, he could against anybody in the East. Like
Right,
the
but
East
can you
doesn't
do it
have a
without Harden?
player. Yeah, like literally, if he says I'm gonna go average 50 like Giannis, we're gonna win.
I don't think he has it in him at this point, though.
Well, me neither, but I mean, if he decided to, it gives you a fighting chance.
That's like I get it. I mean, that's like me saying if Kawhi is healthy, then they have a chance. But it's like, we will get it.
I think the one thing I'm excited for. I mean, there's two of them honestly, but I'll start with one. Uh, like this rest policy is actually kind of like exciting for basketball fans. Like if you think about it, like this, the fact that star players who are like healthy and aren't just going to be able to be rested anymore, usually means that we're going to get way better basketball during the season.
Yeah, but like, let's just be one. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I think that in theory that makes sense.
Sure.
Except, like, if we really talk about that whole thing, it's kind of towards Kawhi.
It's towards Kawhi. It's towards a lot of San Antonio players. It's towards LeBron. It's towards
Yeah, but like they were talking about Kawhi in relation to that new rule, and they're like, well, he's coming off of a knee surgery. He has a history of that shit. So if they decide to rest him because of the knee, that he would not be in violation of that. So it's like, what's the point?
right. I'm just saying this makes basketball in the regular season better. I don't have a counter argument for that because at the end of the day, you're right. Like they will still be able to find ways around it, right? But I mean, if a player, like let's say James Harden or Damian Lillard or any player who like has rested in the past, not that Dame's ever had the option to rest, but let's say any player who's rested in the past that wants to like actually chase an award like an MVP or anything along those lines, they have to play 65 games. Like they have to.
I agree.
Essentially. Otherwise, I don't think they're in contention.
So what you're saying is that applies to like Steph Curry. Like
Yeah,
no,
100%.
you can't go to Chicago and rest. You got to
Right.
play.
Right. You can't go to Charlotte and take the night off. It's just not
Yeah.
an option.
Yeah, we
Not
did.
that Charlotte's a night off or anything, but
God is.
We did see a lot of that though with the worst teams coming in, and it's not fair to the fans that pay, like those fans that, oh, I flew all the way across the world to see my favorite player and he's sitting on the bench. Like that was kind of a big slap to a lot of NBA fans, especially with the NBA being as international as it is. Yeah, I mean, go out there and play your damn games. Uh, I guess one for me is I want to see the hype if it lasts behind Victor What's Your Mama's name, because they coming in hot, and of course he's the number one pick and all that stuff. But I want to see how it lasts because he already looks like the Shed and Victor rivalry is starting up a bit. And
So supposedly they already had beef way before the NBA from like the U17 and USA shit or whatever, international shit. So if that is good for basketball. Though if you have two rookie centers who don't like each other,
that are multi-talented and very skillful from outside the arc too.
especially considering one is offensively so skilled and Victor and Chet likes to play defense.
I not a hot take per se, but like something I think we could probably all agree on. If Chet didn't get hurt during his rookie season, I feel like the hate that Wembanyama has now would have been the same applied to Chet.
Ooh.
Maybe not from teams that have to live in close vicinity to San Antonio, but like from the rest of the NBA, we would have probably felt the same way we do about like Wembanyama. We'd have been like, okay, we get it. He's over 7 foot, talented as hell, can do basically everything. We got to see him do it first. We probably would all feel the same way about Chet last year if he didn't get hurt.
The only reason I wouldn't agree with that is because Chet was never like I don't think Chet had the he definitely didn't have the like the pre-draft and preseason hype like Victor did, and I don't think anybody ever thought Chet was the number one pick.
I think for a while there he was consensus, and then like he got exposed a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, sure. Like let's say Wembanyama is a little bit more talented and hyped, but I feel like at the same time we would have been at the same place regardless. Because I mean, Chet's talented.
I personally believe just because of the talent around him that Chet has a good chance of winning Rookie of the Year.
Very much so. And honestly, we get a battle of two over 7 foot centers who, like we said, are multifaceted and multi-skilled, playing for Rookie of the Year.
But you know, if Victor averages like 20 points or something like that, his numbers will seem so inflated by the media that he's gonna get Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's why Chet's gonna have a stupid year.
Well, he has to have good numbers in everything. Like, be a defensive force.
If Chet has like 2.5 blocks, 3 blocks a game, it's gonna be tough for Wembanyama to like stay even points wise in that category.
Wembanyama can average 2.5. That son of a bitch can block some shot. That is the only thing I actually thought I like to see him do was shot block.
I want to see him try to yam on some other centers.
I want to see him play defense on some real big men. I really want to see you get behind the Joker, get behind Embiid, get behind Big Cat, get in front of Zion.
It ain't hard to get behind Big Cat. Cat's soft as fuck.
What? The thing is, like, it's preseason. I mean, hey, go out there, dog, make your shit. But he's flexing on people. He's doing this. When he starts playing these real games, and you go against a Giannis, and then you got a Tatum, and then you got big grown men running at you, you're gonna be taking some hits, and they're gonna be like, I mean, not all of them are like that, but let's be honest. If you go against a Luka, he's gonna be elbowing you, he's gonna be kneeing you because he don't care. So you get some players that they're the hey, welcome to the league, big guy, and all that stuff. But there's a lot of players that don't really care about that.
You think Nikola Vucevic is going to give a fuck about whether he's welcome to the league or not?
No.
Can somebody answer me a question?
Go ahead.
Why does Denver not get love? Like, you never hear people talk about Denver.
So it's funny you brought that up because the second thing I'm excited for is I want to know whether Denver is just a parody in the NBA or whether they're actually real. And I'm not saying that I don't believe in the talent of Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray, but like, is this a 2012 Dallas Mavericks team, or is this like a legit contender every year moving forward?
You mean, are they a 2020 Bucks team?
I think I think the Bucks are still contenders. I think that's a crazy statement.
Now, because they got Lillard, they're considered contenders. But I mean,
sure.
Denver's been right there sniffing that for 2-3 years now.
Couldn't get it done in the bubble, though. Couldn't get it done the year before that.
But they went to the conference finals. That has to count. And that's
I agree. It counts for something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been there sniffing that. So that team is legit to me. You have the best player in the world. You have one of the best teams put together still. I just think that they should be considered a top 2 or 3 contender in the whole NBA.
I think they should be as well, but it's really going to depend on whether their role players play as well as they did last year.
There's no doubt that they are. But my thing is like, why the hell do I have to hear about the Lakers and how good they're going to be? There's no indication that their role players are going to do anything.
100%. I agree. Did the Lakers get deeper and probably more talented than they were last year? Sure.
Of course.
They still got fucking swept by the Nuggets.
That's my point, is like, people overlook other shit that they want to hype, and then they were like, well, Denver has to do it too. And I was like, well, they did it. That's why they're the champs.
Right. I think at the end of the day, it's the LeBron effect. It'll always be the LeBron effect until he's gone.
And I get the NBA when it comes to their, I mean, that's any sport. When it comes to their big city teams and all that, they're all that. But when you have you have people disrespecting the Joker in the sense that they're like, this guy's not a top 3 player. He's not this. He's not that. He's not a max. He's not. Come on. This is the one guy that I have seen in the NBA that can go in there and take a game over and say, get the hell out of my way. He did it without his guys and almost won, and he did it with his guys and won. So it's like, put some damn respect on the dude's name, on the dude's team. It's theirs to lose at this point, I feel.
I actually feel like the West is wide open. Like I expect Denver to be a home court advantage team, and then the rest of it is just wide open to me.
We got what? Suns with Bradley Beal. We got the Ja
Mhm.
Morant-less Memphis Grizzlies for a bit.
The Lakers, the Clippers, the Warriors, but they're all battling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if Sacramento can hold up like that again. I want to know what Dallas is gonna do. Like, I expect OKC to be better.
And you can tell it's a wide open thing with the Clippers saying they want to go get James Harden now more than anything before the season
Mhm.
starts. So it's like they want to get a jump on it, and it's,
Honestly, that's another thing too. I'm actually excited to see Paul George and Kawhi Leonard hopefully play for an entire season together and see what that actually is.
the whole city of LA that is Clipper fans wants that too.
And see, I'm full transparency, people. I'm a Lakers fan. I want to see it. It's good basketball. It's good.
I
For
will
basketball.
go on the record right now and say if Kawhi Leonard did not hurt his knee in the first round last year, the LA Clippers were about to beat the Suns. They were gonna beat the Suns in the first round. Straight up, bro. That's how much I want to see the Clippers.
Why is that guy, man? He's,
And then I want to see what Golden State's gonna do with Chris Paul.
is there any team in here that you think is just going to be? I guess I don't want to say, I don't want to speculate too much on it, but is going to be like a flop.
I feel like Sacramento has the something that might make them flop. Because I don't feel like they did a whole lot to get better.
Define flop though, like a team we're expecting to be good that just isn't good.
Yeah, like I think because like you got teams that of course made themselves better, right? That they went out there. I mean, Denver really didn't have to. It's once you win, it's kind of hard. But then you have teams that kind of just stayed pat, and they're like, we have enough to do it. Like I put like the Kings and like Cleveland in that, like, and it's just kind of like you're stuck at this level. There's a level here, and you're stuck here, and you're.
So what? I think the Kings, the Cavaliers had a sneaky good offseason. Like they got Max Strus, so now you got to start a small forward who can stretch the floor. Okoro goes to the bench. You stole Amani Bates in the draft, so you got bench depth there. I think the Heat regressed this year. Like I don't see him being that good again.
Honestly, if I mean I can see the Heat honestly because like you lost Gabe Vincent, right?
Max Strus.
They haven't really filled anywhere yet. Like there hasn't been anything that's been big enough to like make me believe that they're gonna be okay. Obviously Tyler Hero comes back, but you lost depth, which is huge in the NBA. We all know that. I feel like the Chicago Bulls are gonna take a step back.
Well, we thought they sucked anyway. Like I feel
like a lot of people in the East were like, "Oh, the Chicago Bulls are a sneaky first round team. You don't want to play."
It's way too early for me to even predict the season, but I have a feeling that come trade deadline time, the Bulls and the Pelicans will be selling a lot.
The Pelicans are just not going to be it.
I don't think they are. I just think that they're not going to be good enough to be content. Like they're like, you know what? Let's start moving some shit around.
Did the Raptors become one of those also?
Yeah, you know. I don't know.
I think they have the ability to stay right where they were.
Even to be honest with you.
Oh. Well, you still got Schroeder, and then also with Van Vliet, you were already taking the ball out of Scotty Barnes' hands, so now you put it in his hands a little bit more. OG said he wanted to be there. He's healthy. Pascal Siakam, he's still there.
I heard he might go to Houston.
I heard wrong.
Disgusting.
Like I think that the Raptors could definitely be a play-in team.
I could see that. Honestly, a team like you asked, a team we think is gonna flop. I think a team that we think that like nobody's really talking about that I think is gonna succeed is the Orlando Magic.
I don't think they are.
Like no, I think Paolo's gonna take the next step. I think a lot of those guys in that team are ready to actually embrace.
No, that team sucks, bro.
Paolo
is because Paolo's that guy. Like Paolo's that good. But
the Orlando Magic suck is an outrageous statement.
They do. You wasted both of your first round picks. You got Jet Howard, who was a reach at like 14, and then you got the Anthony Blackhead, the point guard, who's huge, which he might help. But it's like you had 4 point guards on that team anyway. What are you doing?
I just think saying that they suck is like kind of outrageous, especially when they.
I don't think they get to the play-in.
I think
It's
they
not
do.
a play-in team.
I think so.
I don't.
I mean,
Because y'all forgetting Atlanta's good. On paper, like Paolo's the best player on that team, but I think Brooklyn's a better team. Like Brooklyn, the Knicks, Atlanta, Indy.
Hey, Atlanta got to figure it out, dog. 'Cause
Toronto.
How do you have DeJounte and Trey and you don't know what you're doing?
It's not Trey's fault.
I know it's not Trey's fault. I didn't say it was. I said, how do you have
I can tell you
DeJounte
what
and
the
you have
issue
Trey?
over there is. It's coaching. Like they have some shitty lineups in that team.
True. They got so much talent on that team.
They have a ton of talent. It's just coaching to me.
There's no culture there, you know? The city's got culture.
That team never has culture, though.
But it needs to. And if it finds that identity, then we're looking at a completely different Eastern Conference.
Oh, for sure. I think that they're a 4-5 seed.
100%. Not even a question.
Atlanta should be just as good as Cleveland.
Yeah, 100%. If not better.
Well, they're kind of the same.
I think Trey's better than Don.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, come playoff time, right? Like at the end of the day, I think killer instinct matters a lot. I'd rather have Trey taking a shot than Don.
I love Trey.
Yeah, but Don would put up 70, and I'd have to get to that point.
True.
That's fine.
Oh, Spider Mitchell can hoop. To me, that's a wash. You know what I'm saying? I would even say the second guard spot is a wash. Like if Atlanta has anything Cleveland don't, it's depth.
Sure.
Fact.
But also that would all change if Evan Mobley would quit being a biatch and play to his potential, and then there's just nobody on Atlanta that can compare with him.
Not even close.
It's all good though. I'm stupid excited though.
We could all agree Utah is probably going to be ass though, right?
This is what I want. I want a good slam dunk contest this year. Right? I want no flopping. I'm sick of seeing flopping. And I want TNT to stop showing terrible fucking basketball games in the 10 o'clock spot. So I don't want to see the Clippers play Toronto. I don't want to see that.
You want to see Clippers play Houston?
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting it.
No,
I'd be cool with OKC and San Antonio.
Like they had so much repetitive games last year. Like there was like so many
it seemed
games.
like there was some back-to-backs that were like, this is the same fucking game we saw last night.
I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Lakers versus Clippers again.
With no
LeBron's
LeBron
out,
and
Anthony
no
Davis
Kawhi,
is out,
no PG.
Kawhi is out, Paul George is out, and it's like the first time, fine, all right, come on. 2 weeks later, you couldn't move it. You couldn't freaking find somebody else. You couldn't find another West Coast game. Give me Sacramento. I didn't even like Sacramento, and there was not enough of their games on there.
Whoa, Sacramento fans, get his ass.
They hate me already.
Did. That's why he hates them. They hate him and James.
They hate me and James. All I said was you weren't going to win the championship, whatever.
And they told him he didn't have any ankles.
Yeah.
No ankle having ass.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I think we could all just agree we're excited for the NBA season.
It's going to be a fun one for sure. I'm hyped. We'll be doing a lot more of these for sure.
Probably doing like a team-by-team breakdown almost. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what your team is. Rep your team. Let us know. We'll be doing some videos on your team, what we think the moves are going into the season, what we think to expect, being realistic. We're even realistic with our teams. Yeah. So make sure you drop a comment, drop a like, drop a sub. We got you covered on some fun NBA content, whether it's your team, whether it's the season, whether it's fantasy basketball.
Trivia!
Ooh, I like that.
More. Much love, NBA people. Have fun. We are out of here.
Deuces.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.